injury because you have to let it heal all the way. What happens is if you don't let the stress reaction heal, it could turn into a stress fracture, and that would mean that he's really out indefinitely. I mean, right now it's labeled as in, out indefinitely, but really the Lakers expect him to be back mid-October. So for now, Kyle Kuzma is not going to be with the team during training. I mean, he'll be with the team, but he won't be practicing and stuff. So that's tough, right? We wanted him to get off to a good start and learn with that first unit. So that's a little tough to hear that he won't be there. On the other hand, at least it wasn't a stress fracture, because that would have been worse. He would have been out really for months. So hopefully he heals properly. He allows it all to come back to him, and he comes back 100% ready to go. Now, like I said, the stress fracture would have been a lot worse. That's when the little bone in his foot starts cracking, and then that turns into a worse injury, right? That he requires surgery and could even be out for the season if that would have happened. So I'm glad they caught it when they did. But, it's just to the point where you have to take it day by day. However, didn't happen, so there's that, right? Also, JaVale McGee's expected to be a starter, according to him. Now, he says he balled out last season. He doesn't expect anything less than to start. But I think it'll be healthy for there to be some competition there. You never just want to gift a player, especially coming in as a new head coach. You have to command respect from players. So you never just want to gift any player, just playing time or even a role without them earning it. So it'll be good for there to be competition. What's up, Sabotage? What's up, everybody? What's up, Roxanne? Hey, Daniel, how you doing, bro? Art, I see you guys. How y'all feeling, though? Tomorrow's officially the first day of media day, and then followed by training camp. I can't wait, guys. Honestly, I'm excited. If Kyle Kuzma's not ready to go for the start of the season, the roster I expect to see is point guard Rondo, shooting guard Danny Green, LeBron James small forward, power forward Anthony Davis, and center JaVale McGee or Howard if he even surprises people. But it's good, man. It's good to see what happens. He said, "I'm good, bro. I'm the dude from Xbox." Oh, what's up, bro? I played with you. Was it last night? Or did I play with you last week? I don't know. I played with a couple of you guys on Xbox. So how y'all doing, man? He said, what happened to Kuz? Stress reaction on his foot. He's going to be out supposedly indefinitely, but it's not as serious as a stress fracture. So that's the good news, man. If you want any good news, is that he'll be back sooner rather than later, as long as he takes care of that foot and doesn't do nothing too extreme in his workouts and stuff like that. But yeah, stress reaction, that means that the bone swole up a little bit, So is that too much hype, Dan, for Kuz? Absolutely not. Injuries happen to everybody, man. I don't see how you can be too hyped. I mean, he's been balling out since he came into the league. So if anything, he's underrated, man. I feel like the one who is overhyped is Jason Tatum. Not just saying that because I'm a diehard Laker fan. Like, taking off my fan hat, just analyzing both players. I like Kuzma, man. He's equally as impressive as Tatum, if not better. So I know a lot of people like Tatum better because he was drafted higher, but to me, that means nothing. Age means nothing. I'm more about what he's doing right now. Did they give a timeline? Yes, they said around mid-October, Edgar. So I'm glad to clear that up for you. But anyways, guys, Media Day is tomorrow, starting at 11:30 Pacific time on Spectrum Sportsnet. Make sure you tune into that channel if you have it. Don't give that support to ESPN because ESPN's been talking mad smack about the Lakers. Now they want to show up to Media Day. Theirs kicks off at 12, though. I have nothing against you wherever you tune in. I'm just saying, personally, I'm going to go with Spectrum because they always supporting our Lakers, man. So right after that's done, join me right here live for a recap of the whole thing, man. I'll be breaking down the interviews and everything everybody said, how good people looked and all that. So Jason Tatum is way overrated. They act like he's God since that playoff run. Yeah, Jason Tatum, it has been overrated because he had a good rookie season. He really didn't capitalize the last year. So not hating on him. He is very young and talented, but he is overrated. I mean, he's really not better than a lot of people that they put him over, right? And by the way, those ESPN rankings came out. They're atrocious. They got LeBron at number 3. LeBron's still, the best player in the world, in my opinion. And, he shouldn't go lower than 2, period. If they give it to Kawhi simply because he won a championship last year, then I would have understood. But to put him below Giannis is weird because Giannis still doesn't have a jumper. So, and he hasn't really won much other than the MVP. But I get what they're saying. But seriously, man, LeBron should have been number 1. But the rankings always getting everything wrong. I'm not even surprised. It's ESPN for you. They got Trae Young pretty high in the 20s. I love Trae Young, but what has he proven thus far to get up in the high 20s? They got other more accomplished players like Draymond Green below. I mean, I was watching ESPN and they were breaking that down. So it's crazy. He said, "Do you think Cook?" He said, "Do you think Cook and Danny Green can be the new Splash Brothers?" Oh man, I think they're gonna be good role players for us. How good they can be is yet to be determined because when you play for LA, it's a different stage, a different platform. Only the players that could thrive under pressure are good here in LA. The players that melt under pressure, well, we've seen that happen before. They just disappear, like Brook Lopez, right? Players like that are only good in small markets, like like the Brooklyn Nets or the Milwaukee Bucks. But then you have other players that are primetime, showtime players. Players like Kobe, LeBron, players like Kuzma, players that could perform under any amount of scrutiny and pressure. So depends on who we're talking about here. We'll see what type of role players they are. If they come and bring their A game, then they're made for this. If they don't, then they might get traded by the deadline. Not to sound mean or nothing, but Danny Green has to show up. He has to be the same player he was for Toronto last year, if not better. He shot in the high 40s, man. That's impressive. I'm not saying he has to shoot in the high 40s, but he has to play good D, and he also has to knock down shots. Same thing for every other role player. So he said, media hates the Lakers. Absolutely. They do hate the Lakers, and that's why we have this channel, man. This is the platform when we get to talk real Laker basketball, all biased aside, and we'll be critical on certain players when they mess up, but we'll also give credit where credit is due. And I want to take this moment to recognize Dwight Howard. I mean, he's been very good in the media. I mean, he's been nothing but graceful so far. I was very hard on him. So let's see if he proves me wrong this season. I'm rooting for him because he's a Laker now. So I hope that he does extremely well. Maybe even get a shot at starting with the lineup. But for those of you guys that just tuned in, I see we got 125 people in here right now. Kuzma stress reaction will be out supposedly indefinitely, but according to sources, he should be back around mid-October. It's not as bad as a stress fracture, which would have been a lot worse. So I'm glad that was the case, right? He said, "Hey Dan, what do you think about Ryan West going to the Clippers?" Whew, man, a lot of people believe he was the one who was leaking stuff out right during free agency. So if he was, bad karma's going to get the dude. I know he's very talented scout. I know, he doesn't. The apple didn't fall far from the tree as far as Jerry West. But my thing is, I'll tell you this about Ryan West. I wish him the best for now, unless otherwise proven wrong that he was that person leaking. But he was a class guy while he was here. Barring that didn't happen. I don't root for the Clippers, but I do like certain individuals. I always like certain individuals like Zubats. I still like him. He's a humble dude. He really never talked trash about the Lakers, even though some of the media tried to trash him. So I always root for his individual success, but ultimately failure of the team, right? Bottom line is Ryan West seemed like a good dude, so I'm not going to point the finger before, innocent before proven guilty. But we'll see what happens. He said, Dan, so Andre Iguodala is not reporting to Grizzlies training camp as well. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I actually had that in my notes right here. I was just about to bring it up. Andre Iguodala will not be reporting to Grizzlies training camp. It was agreed upon both the Memphis Grizzlies and Andre that it was in both of their best interests to either A, find a trade partner or buy him out. Now, as talented as Iguodala is, even though he's 35, he's getting older. Excuse me. Talented as he is, who's going to trade a first-round pick for him, which is what I believe Memphis is asking for? Second-round pick, maybe. Maybe a championship team, I don't know. But they probably have to wait till around the trade deadline to get anything from him. If not, they're going to wait till like February, and then they might cut him right before, the deadline of the playoffs because they don't want to be looked upon as that trash organization that held a classy veteran like Iggy, away from a playoff team. So that'll be a really bad look for them, and free agents never forget anything. So any more questions, guys? That pretty much sums it up. That sums up the whole video. I mean, let me check my notes. I think I covered it all. Javale McGee starter, tomorrow media day, 11:30 a.m. The stress reaction that could turn into stress fracture had they not caught it. I mean, that's pretty much it. Hey, what up, T? How you doing? He said, Iggy, we need him definitely. Got to scoop him up before the Flippers. If he goes to the Clippers, man, I don't understand why he would do that. They already have plenty of wings over there. We could actually use a backup wing and sometimes even a starting wing, depending on injuries. You see what happened with Kuzma. So he has more of an opportunity here with us. But glad to see you guys, man. Thank you all for showing up. If you guys have any questions, now's your time. He said Avery Bradley's gonna ball out too. I can't wait for his defense, man. I've always been a fan of his defense. I never really cheered for him because he used to play for Boston, but his defense has always been legit. I always admire good defensive players. So I can't wait. He said, so what would you say will be our ultimate starting five without Kuz? Without Kuz is easy for me. And I want to see the battle between Caruso and Rondo. But if I know Frank Vogel, the guy who's going to make the cut at first is going to be Rondo, right? He likes his vets as well. So probably Rondo. Rondo's going to be the point guard, starting shooting guard. We're going to have Danny Green, small forward, LeBron probably. Anthony Davis, of course, power forward, and center JaVale McGee. If I had to bet my house on it, right? You said, nice hoodie, bro. You always repping. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, I try my best. We got to represent Laker Nation to the max. I appreciate it. Because Kawhi and PG-13 were recruiting Iggy when he got traded from Golden State Warriors. Kawhi and PG-13 were recruiting Iggy. But I'll say this, man. Like I said, if he wants to go there, they're never going to win anything. Even Doc Rivers admitted that team, if you guys didn't hear recently in an interview, Doc Rivers said that team is never going to be the prime team in LA. His claim to fame was that LA has plenty of people. Like basically they want all the extra fans that for some reason are confused and don't root for the Lakers. That's what they want. They know we're not going to wake up one day and cheer for the Clippers. So that's good that he knows that. That's good that at least he's not as delusional as the fans are. But he did say that the second the little brother can win championships, that's a negative. I'm sorry. They're never going to win a championship. They're cursed because they're trying to steal our thunder, and they need to go and move somewhere like Oklahoma City with the Thunder. If they go steal their thunder, they just stay away. It was reported that Iggy wanted to go to the Lakers, bro. I mean, I've heard multiple reports. There's a mixture. From what I've heard, Iguodala said he wasn't sure. But if LeBron has anything to do with it, if I was LeBron, I hit up Iggy as soon as he becomes a free agent. If he does get bought out, and I say, hey, listen, bro, I've battled, versus you for years, and I respect your game. Now I want to be alongside of you. Now come to LA to the real team, and let's win some championships. That would be my pitch to Iguodala, yo. I battled versus you. It would be an honor to battle along your side. I mean, Jason, he said, what up, Dan? There's a picture of the Lakers at the WNBA game, and that made Dwight sit by the end of by the rookie? Well, I'm not sure. What are you saying? Who made Dwight sit by the end by the rookie? I'm not going to look into all that extra stuff, man. It's too early for that drama. So, Dwight has to earn his stripes. So far this summer, he's done a good job of keeping his head down, just working. His body looks great. No homo. Obviously he's ready to basketball shape-wise, he looks great. So he's ready to put in the work, right? It's exciting. It's an exciting time, and I want to see what each and every single player, from Alex Caruso to Avery Bradley, even to Giannis's brother, man. Dan, did you hear about Kyrie getting hurt? Yes, unfortunately. I'm not sure exactly to what extent his injury was, but yeah, somebody elbowed him in the face or something like that. It's unfortunate, man. You don't want to see star players or up-and-coming players like Kuz get injured early in the season. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully they're ready to go by the start of the season. Dan, do you think we should sign an extra big for depth? Extra big for depth? Nah, from what I've heard, from what I've been reading up on, now I don't know how legit this is. They've been reporting that actually DeMarcus' career might not be over. Maybe I was wrong by making that video. But again, these are premature reports. He's still on the team. Obviously, we got an exception. The team got an exception, so we have $1.7 million to spend on a free agent. But from what I read, we need to still cut a player to use that exception. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, from what I heard, the team wants to keep DeMarcus around so that maybe he can recover by playoff time, and then now we have the best front court ever assembled. We'd have Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus. That would be insane to go with Kuzma and LeBron. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen such a talented front court. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, Zwaney? Dan, do you think we should sign? Oh, no, that was the same question. My bad. He said, AD better not drop the soap around Dwight. Come on, bro. He's on the Lakers now, man. You can't be making those jokes no more. Like, I'm not even going to laugh at that anymore, man. Once they like I said, once they throw on the golden armor, they're a part of the squad. Kyrie has a facial fracture. That's tough, man. Prayers up for Kyrie, man. I know it's tough to play like that. I mean, I can only imagine having a dent in your face. That'd be tough. That would be really tough. But yeah, I mean, can't wait for the season. I'm looking forward to so many things. Obviously, the Lakers my primary thing to look forward to, but I'm also curious to see how the Pelicans are going to look, how Julius Randle's doing with the New York Knicks. I think that's going to be his team. I can see 23 points per game. Believe it or not. I mean, he already averaged 21 last season. So, and he had Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday. Now, that team is going to be completely Julius Randle's team. So I'm very curious to see how the Knicks do with Julius Randle. I'm curious to see how the whole Russell Westbrook, James Harden experiment is going to work out. I mean, we have so many things to, just as a basketball fan, you know, putting your Laker cap aside, just as a basketball fan, you have so much to look forward to, man. I can't wait, honestly. October 5th, what is it? The first Laker preseason game versus the Golden State Warriors is October 5th, if I'm not mistaken. So I can't wait for that day. I have that circled in my calendar. You guys know I got you guys with the pregame, postgame, all that good stuff, man. So keep it locked right here. If you already haven't, please subscribe. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Y'all the best, man. Thanks for the continued support. Thanks for all the sweater compliments. I appreciate you. All that good stuff, man. Thank you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow after media day. So join me live. I'll be right here waiting for you guys. Peace out.